Scoliosis.
Spine benefits. Scoliosis. Weak chest, quad, uneven muscular, and one uneven musculature. A rib, hump, or moto. Uneven hip or shoulder levels, unequal distance between arms and body, and asymmetrical size or location of breast of female. That's right, everybody gets scoliosis, especially teenage girls, so watch out. One in 10 people get it, but only about 2 or 3 out of 1,000 need it. We need to. I've already covered this earlier, but because the teenage mind is always dying, I'm going to need to refresh it. As said, an abnormal vertebrae first, unnerving pause, or having secondary symptoms of another condition, such as cerebral palsy. Daily life can be affected in many ways, but I've only put down a couple of the most common ones. No contact sports, because even if the spine is fused, it can still become bent. Flexibility is cut, so no gymnastics for you girls, or guys, if you swim that way. Pain occurs when bending over, so that's an easy way to get out of short. And some athletic activities cannot be done, such as jumping, because it will cause the spine to bend. Scoliosis is corrected by surgery called spinal fusion. Either use the borrowed bone from another part of the body, or someone else's, or even a metal rod, and infuse the person's spine to correct it. Bracing is used if the bend isn't too serious. Now here I've an interview with someone who has scoliosis.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Thanks, sir.
Hello, today I'm here with Jessica. First off, what is your description of this disease?
I would describe scoliosis as basically curvature of the spine. It can appear either like an S or C figure. Mine was like an X. Scoliosis can be caused by many different things. My case was caused by a rapid growth in one side of my spine during puberty. Since one side was growing too fast, it had nothing to support it, causing it to bend. Later on, a second curve was formed. In order to compensate for the other side, allowing my body to remain balancing.
Okay then. How did you first find out you had this disease?
Well, it was end of my year 7, and I was about to go to my graduation. I was put on my dress, and Mum told me to stand up straight, but I couldn't. My shoulder blades were protruding, and I just wasn't a normal straight figure. And that's when Mum goes, oh, I think he has something wrong with his back. Let's go see a doctor.
Okay. What did the doctors or specialists do to diagnose you with scoliosis?
Well, basically, I went to the doctor first, and he just looked at my spine. It was so severe, he didn't really need to use anything to diagnose me. He just referred me to a specialist. I went down to Brisbane, and the specialist just once again looked at my back and got me to have some x-rays. It was so severe that they didn't need any insurance or anything.
Okay. After that, what was done to prevent your spine from bending even more and to start correcting it?
I had to have a spinal fusion, which is two steel rods bolted into my spine. This is mainly a cosmetic thing, but in my case, I needed it to prevent my spine from growing even more curved.
Do you know how serious this would have gotten if you didn't get surgery?
By the time I turned 16, I would have really bad arthritis in my back, and I would look like a big hunchback.
Oh, lovely. How has having scoliosis affected your daily life?
Before the operation, it didn't affect anything, as I didn't even notice until graduation. But after having the operation, a lot of my movement and abilities have been prevented. I've missed out on some areas of sport like gymnastics and rugby and stuff like that. It doesn't bother me because I'm not a sport person. So really, it's not really affecting me that much.
Okay.
Except when I have to do some housework and I have to bend over a lot. Yeah, that's when it starts to hurt me, as the lower muscles in my back rub against the steel rods.
Oh, okay. What advice would you give to someone who thinks they may have scoliosis?
I'd say go and see a doctor right away, because I know what can happen if you leave it untreated for too long. It's not pretty.
Well, that's all we've got for today, and thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
He sounded quite enthusiastic, didn't he? As you can see from this interview, a person's life with scoliosis will be greatly affected. Now, screening scoliosis. First off, the Adams bend test is done. This is when the person bends over and you see if there's a spine in a hump in their back. After that, the way the person walks is then assessed. If it looks a bit off, they then take x-rays. If there's curvature in the spine, then they have scoliosis. These are a couple of statistics I put together. 87% of children aged 3 to 10 who are diagnosed scoliosis will undergo surgery to correct their scoliosis. 25 to 40% will also need extra addition done. Girls aged 10 to 16 are 8 to 10 times more likely to get scoliosis worse than boys of the same age. And average adolescent scoliosis above 30 degrees worsens by about 7 degrees each passing year. Previous corrections. Bracing was the first way to correct scoliosis. That was before human brains got smart enough and realized surgery was the way to go. The Harrington rod was a terrible invention. In 1972, Paul Harrington invented a rod that was fused into the back and had hooks into it that pulls the curve out of the spine. This would also remove the natural curve of the spine, resulting in flat back. Scoliosis, very simple. Future prognosis. Now, just because I'm an MP doesn't mean this will be very thought out. Scoliosis bearers have 20% chance of getting into their children, so there's not much chance for it's going to be dying out. There are organizations such as the Scoliosis Federation, scoliosis.com, who are helping out those who have scoliosis. Any questions? No? Good. Done.